Alright, we're gonna start with a big fat kick like this one right here. Always cut off that tail end. I have it set to about -5, that's always a good start. Next we're gonna want a big clap. I always layer my claps, so something like this. You can hit Command D, duplicate, like that. Also like this. And this one will do. There we go. We're gonna want to turn all these way down. Maybe like there. There we're gonna want a hi-hat, so just search for hat. Something like this, you want a hard hitting hat, so that it's like that odd mob kind of hat. Turn that down. Also make sure your BPM's at around 132. Add a second hat. Always utilize loops there, always there to help you. I know I might get hate for that, but if you have a good loop, I'm just gonna run that through MIDI like that. Command D. Finally, like that. Actually, I probably want it more like that. There we go. Turn this down. I don't, let me. I'm gonna replace this like that. And then look for like a ride type kind of thing. Something like this. Put this down here, turn it way down. There we go. So I always like to make a little loop to build the drums out. Now we have drums. Now let's go to bass. This is a second big part, tech house. Let's see. I like to use let's see. First, I'm gonna initialize, make a quick sub bass. Probably put this here, turn this over, turn this way down, turn this down. Mess with. That's about right. Okay, that'll be our sub bass. But we're not actually going to build it out yet because it's always good to start with the top bass because you can hear it a lot easier. So, especially because my headphones are kind of shit. Alright, so I'm going to just duplicate this actually. And then I'll probably go with one of these. Let's see, right. Let's turn this, put this decay over. Alright, now I'm just gonna bring this out. I'm gonna search up wider. This will just make the sound a lot wider, as it says for the top one. Like that. So now it sounds like. And then just gonna get one of these. You can use the normal Ableton one. That one works just as well. Just take out the low. Like that. And for this one, now I'm gonna just solo this, just so we can hear the bass. Always turn that on so you can hear your bass. Probably just do. For bass, you can't really go wrong, so just gonna make a. I'll show you a quick trick I like to do. So what I like to do is I go like this, do that. That way, you know that won't be the first beat. Probably won't even use the second. But now I can work around this, so I'll probably do something around. That. I always like to do this. It just adds a lot more kind of. This is pitch bend, like that. I think I made a video on pitch bend. If you hold down your Alt key for Windows or Options key for Mac, you can do it, and then you can bend it like I'm doing that. I'm just gonna do this for a couple notes. And you always want to automate something. So for this, let's see. Let me turn this sustain down. So we're gonna automate. The cutoff. So you can usually just click on cutoff, then open this, and it should bring you there. So now I'm gonna zoom in and just find a couple spots I want to boost. Oh, messed that up. Just go like that, and then now that we have that, just oh shit. And then just copy that same exact base. But for this one, we're actually gonna automate something else because we always want the sub to be in there, even if the top one's not. So we're gonna automate this decay like that. So this will. So for these longer nodes, we're gonna bring this decay up like that. Oh yeah. So let's go here now. Just do this. And then always just check to make sure it looks right. And always put one of these just to see what the waveform. You want it usually between here, so that's like 30 I think, and 100. So that looks good. And always cut out about at like 16 so you get rid of that frequencies people can't hear. If you're making tech house, you want to keep it like lower. Usually cut it at like 25, but we're going to cut it here because we want it lower. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna shaper box. Well, first we're gonna take these two, Command G, which will group them. Then we're gonna name the space. Then what we're gonna do is put a shaper box on these two. Volume, sidechain, there. Then what we're gonna do is kick. And let's just listen to this, how it sounds right now. We're going to have to adjust these volumes, let's see. You always want this top one a little bit quieter. So that's what's speaking. Make sure both of these attacks are set to 0 or you'll get really weird timing. But make sure it's like at least 0.1. Just bring it as low as you can before you start to hear clicking. There we go. Let's base it around -9. Now what we're going to do is glue compressor. What this will do is pretty much make the sounds into one. Set this attack to, or actually, we might, I'm pretty sure Ableton has one. Oh yeah, it does. I like to listen to it with just the kick next. Then with the whole track. Yeah.
Can I see the video when you're done?
Okay, yeah.
But Luke, I need you to do two things, or think about two things.
Alright.
You listening? This is a good time or no? You're in the middle of something.
Alright, so now I made this arrangement. I'll show you what I changed. I made this arrangement here where I have first 9 bars with the kick and the bass like this. And then it goes down. And then there's a drop. And then that's the drop. So now I also changed these basses to the note G2. So now it's a lot lower and it sounds a lot better. Oh yeah, that's way better. And then so now let's make this a lot better. Well, the first thing we're gonna do a great tip I learned from Tim Hoax, which is use atmosphere. So let's do that. I have this atmosphere here. Which you could get. I did FM Freak sub. I have this LFO going to the wavetable position, and the LFO, I forget what's going to the cutoff. Oh, envelope too. So yeah, now we're gonna go just cut out the low end. And then that's Alright, so now we're gonna go. Alright, so I made this puck here. Just very mysterious, very dark. Sounds alright right now. Set that to like around there. And then just go to and look up atmosphere. Oh, that's nice. Sounds very mysterious. Let's listen to this. Oh yeah. I might actually do a cool trick where I auto pan this. And let's also just look up like vinyl, like that vinyl crackle. Let's see. Like this. Perfect. I'm gonna turn that down. Actually, I think what it actually needs is some side chaining. We're not gonna side chain it fully. We're just gonna go like that. And then we're also gonna device on here. Alright, now that that's done, let's move on to the next thing. Just look up you know what? I think this could be cool. It's not odd mobby style, but just listen. I think that could be nice. Let's see. No, it wasn't it. I think this could actually go nice. Let's see. Round 2, here we go. Alright, I think this will work. There, turn that way down. Alright. This isn't really turning into off mode, but it's whatever. Sorry if I baited you. Let's see. Let's see what this sounds like. None of these stabs are. Alright, none of my stabs are good right now, it's fine. Then compressor, distortion. Envelope 3. Sustain all the way. You have to see the vision. Then maybe a little reverb. I like to do this trick with my reverb. Feel that controls it. See that? Alright. Let's do this. That's stab one, so now we have to do like a lead. Oh my god. Actually, alright. I think this will work for. Oh yeah. Like that, then watch this. I think this will add a lot to it. That'll build the. Let me just fix this. Let's try. I'll show you again here. Ready? It's because there's delay. It won't work. Let's see. that will be like a stab that will come in. Then we should do this one. Then another really good trick I learned is if you do delay, this is dotted eighth. 25 this. Bring this down. Okay, never mind. I take back everything I ever said. Just do the delay like this. Wow, they're trying to get creative. Just do we'll have this one be one of them, then Command C. Then I'll just click this. Okay, this is how to make a roll. Alright, this is how I make a roll. You can see this is actually you see this chicken nod mob song. I think it's mind awake, body asleep. Like that. Alright, now we need a lead. A big main lead. I was thinking we could do something like gonna change this to tube. Oh, the bad idea. Alright, we're using this. Follow this one and then call and response. So don't like this. Alright, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, high pass all of these, but we're gonna do a couple other little things. First of all, also want wider on this one. Oh yeah, wider on this one. And auto pan on this one. Because auto, it just like moves more. And another thing I noticed throughout all the odd mod tracks is they have this quarter note stab at the second part. I'm gonna use Sam Smyers. Thank you. He has one that sounds like this one. I'm gonna do this, but then I'm gonna mix it up. So do that. Gonna be easier to pitch bend. I lied, we're not using Sam Smyers, sorry. We're gonna use so we have this, but I also want something to complement it, so we're gonna have this. With the pitch bend on, but then change it to that. Change the sound a tiny bit, just bring this down. Let's listen. I'm gonna grab this auto pin. Okay, so now it's and then we're gonna copy these for the build. Another useful trick I learned. Let me just bring this over one. There we go. For the build, just turn everything like a couple dB down. So for here, I'm gonna turn this down to like 3. This is just for like kind of drums and stuff. This is a nice one, so bring it to minus like 5. Doesn't really matter how precise you are, just like bring, the main goal is to bring them all down. Like that. So then when the drop hits, it really hits. You know what I'm saying? Like this, but keep all like the pads the same. Alright, finally, we have like sort of a track. It's kind of bad, but it's whatever. We're gonna bring these up. Now this is like a very important part, I would say. Want to group certain pieces, so everything but the kick for the drums. We're gonna name this drums because they're gonna bust everything. Bass, top loop, bring that in there too. We already have the bass, so the drums are done. These are all atmosphere, so we're gonna group these, call these Atmos. Except we're gonna bring this one up a little for the drop. Like that. Bring this down a little. Alright, so this is not odd mob at all, but it's whatever. Change this to, there's this cool one, this one. Why is this? this. They're gonna put on the Atmos. I'm okay for it now.
Like you can't. I know you're in the zone, but you can't go to the thing without lunch.
I know. Okay. Wait. I'm gonna eat in about 10 minutes.